I think it's great that you're here and making this tour through the heartland of America, because oftentimes the conversation, it gets dominated by the East and West Coast, and Middle America, who feeds not just America but a lot of the world, which we have that in common with Ukraine, we get forgotten about. And so being here, I think that's important.
All right. Are we ready to go?
What does America have at stake?
You probably don't think that this country is in war with Russia. Putin thinks that he is at war with this country, and Ukrainians are fighting it for you.
We have to decide, is our strategy to help Ukraine beat Russia? Because it hasn't been our strategy.
What about Europe? What about everybody else contributing? Why is it again on us to take care of that?
The European contribution has already surpassed the United States in humanitarian, macroeconomic assistance, and military, far surpassed. So our allies are actually doing much, much more, which is appropriate.
It was Winston Churchill who said, the only thing worse about fighting with your allies is fighting without them. Where do we go in 5 years or 10 years if we abandon Europe? We have nowhere to go.
Does Ukraine have staying power? What's our final outcome?
Time is not on Ukraine's side. Let's give them what they need. Let's win. That's the best way to fight fatigue, because it's a win for the West. It's a win for freedom.
Could you clarify to our students and why you think Russia's pursuing a genocidal aims in Ukraine?
Putin has actually publicly stated that he wants to destroy Ukraine as a country and as a people and destroy their culture. He has destroyed over 500 religious institutions, a number of museums.
Every seventh school in Ukraine has been either destroyed or damaged. Not only Putin denying Ukrainian children the right to study, he's kidnapping Ukrainian children. As of today, we have 19,000 cases of Ukrainian children being illegally taken into Russia.
Russia actually brags that they have taken several 100,000.
You mentioned the economic argument. How would you address it that can enable a military-industrial complex?
I would argue that the United States wasn't prioritizing enough defense production. It will produce the needed means in a very dangerous world. Now, do I want that complex to be growing too strong? No, of course not.
Looking at the indebtedness of our country, how can we go on with this billions of dollars?
There's already $76 billion that we've burdened our taxpayers with. What's the stopping point? What's the logical stopping point? When does it stop?
You think it's costing us now? If Ukraine is unsuccessful, Russia will not stop. And then it won't be just the United States sending military support to Ukraine. We have 100,000 US forces in Europe. 40,000 of those are in Central and Eastern Europe. This is not just the Russians in this game. It's Iran, it's North Korea, it is China. We are now facing a global adversarial alignment that will profoundly challenge the United States, our prosperity, and our security.
You look at what Putin has said when he says, I'm not fighting Ukraine, I'm fighting NATO and I'm fighting the United States. That is what he says. I would believe him.